morning. Welcome to Moonbeams Yoga. My name is Marissa, and today we'll get started in Child's Pose. Knees wide, toes together. Sink back, let your forehead, third eye, drop down to the mat and breathe right here. Setting your intention for open lungs, open heart, side body, shoulders today. Create room for something new. Walk your hands over to the right and just a gentle side body stretch for the left side, pushing your left hip down and feeling that stretch all throughout the left hip, left rib, side body, and left neck. Breathing deeply and slowly, switch sides. Now sinking into the right hip, feeling the side body stretch, breathing in to your right lung. Really feeling your ribs expand, the lung expand. Taking in more air, more oxygen to clear away the stale air as we exhale. Back through center. And drop back into Child's Pose. Tapping into our Ujjayi breath, slightly constricting the throat. Come up into tabletop position. Knees, hips width distance, fingertips spread wide apart. And start with some cat-cows. Gaze up, cow, stargazing cow, arch. Exhale, gaze towards the belly button, domed upper spine, cat. And take a few more of those linking breaths, movement. Inhale up. Exhale round. Going at your own time, your own pace, following your breath. You could try opening your mouth at the top. And let's take a little free movement. So creating some rolls with your body. Maybe one way and then the other. A little bit of free movement here. Getting the neck stretched out. And just allowing the breath, the body to guide you what you need today. Tuck your toes. Find our first downward facing dog. Fingertips still spread wide, gazing at the kneecaps or belly button. Your drishti, your gaze, is super steady and still. Feet are flexed, trying to push your heels down towards the mat. And it's okay if your your knees are a little bit bent for this first one. Could walk it out. Take a little liberty with your first down dog. Walk yourself up to the front of the mat, halfway lift. Exhale, reach for opposite elbows, bow forward. Sway it out, right to left. Letting your head totally drop, release, just like a dangling earring. Really allowing your upper back and neck to totally let go, feeling the vertebrae separate. And just let gravity, your breath, and time do its work right here. All you have to do is stay and be conscious. And then when you're ready, inhale slowly with bent knees, rise up, hands all the way up, gaze up at your hands, Urdhva Hastasana. Yes, and then exhale, hands down to heart center. Let your chin drop and gaze into your heart space for a moment. Giving acknowledgement this place within. Take one more breath. Filling yourself with compassion and kindness. Inhale, hands all the way up, gaze up. Index fingers release, the rest of your fingers crossed. Bend over to the right for crescent. This is a high crescent side body stretch. Just bending over to the right, keeping planted in your left foot, and then come back up through center. Inhale. Exhale, switch sides, bend over to the left. Feel that side body stretch once again on your right. Trying to keep both your feet planted into the ground, maybe sending your hips to the opposite direction slightly. Inhale back up through center, gaze up. And this time, exhale, release. Just a simple twist, right hand back, left hand forward. And maybe use your back hand to check if your hips are in line. Yeah, push it forward. And then keep gazing back, gazing at your right thumb. Breathe right here. Twisting from the middle body. And then it reverse. Bring your right hand to your low back. Left hand stretches up. Feel once again a little variation of that side body stretch. Can you gaze up towards your left hand? Inhale, right hand comes up to meet left. And exhale, open up, switch side. Left hand back, right hand forward. Fingertips are engaged. What are your hips doing? Maybe check it out. Straighten them out with that back hand. Good. And then we're twisting even more from the center line. That place below the ribs, above the hips, that squishy part that you can twist, twist, twist. And reverse. So bring your left hand to your hip, right hand all the way up. Try to gaze up at your right hand. Getting all the angles with the side body stretch. Inhale, left hand meets right, both hands up, gaze back, and slowly follow your hands down, and you're going to come all the way down. Good. Hands touch the mat if possible. Inhale, half lift, flat spine, gaze forward. And exhale, bow forward again, reaching for the back of your calves, your ankles, knees can be super bent. And once again, take a few breaths, let your head pull down towards the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, gaze forward. And exhale, bring your feet all the way back, finding downward facing dog. This is where you would normally throw in a chaturanga, the push-up, 2 inches off the ground, and then into up dog with that big arch, and then we'd come into down dog. Just know that's always an option for you. But for this beginner's class, we'll move straight back into down dog. Really focus in on our foundation. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, plant it through. Scooch that right foot forward a little more if it didn't make it all the way between your hands. Good job. Lower your back knee down, untuck the toe. And you can push yourself up off your knee, coming up into low lunge, Anjaneyasana. If you need blocks, this is also a good place for blocks, or you can just use your own body, your knee as support. If you want a little more, rise your hands all the way up, gazing slightly up this time. Breathe right here. Pushing into your right heel, your front foot, and the top of your back foot where your shoelaces would be, and then squeezing your inner thighs together to give you that stability. From here, dragonfly, left hand plants down, right hand up, and if that's a bit much, it is pretty deep, just bring your left hand back to your knee and right hand up, so you're still getting that twist, the side body stretch, still opening up the hamstrings, and focus your drishti, gaze up. Now opening the arms up, right hand all the way back, left forward, just like when we were standing. Tapping into our balancing muscles, stabilizer muscles a bit more here. Good. Gaze back, steady gaze. Hands back down, plant the hands. And then we'll meet all the way back in downward facing dog. Good job. Nice simple flow. Building on what we know, these twists, opening, and feel your ribs. Lungs starting to open. Breathe into your back body right now. Your lungs are 3D, so breathe into the back of your ribs. They wrap all the way around. Feel that expansion. Inhale, left foot up, plant it between your hands. Lower the back knee down, untuck the toes, Anjaneyasana, low lunge, left side. Come up as slowly as you like, in any way you like. Start on the knee. And then rise the hands up, slightly lift the gaze up. Breathe. Find steadiness. Eyeballs are still, completely locked on one point. And then coming into the dragonfly twist, I'll do the modification. Your right arm also could be down on the ground, right hand. And just gaze up. Feel this twist and side body stretch, hamstring stretch, all happening at once. Steady gaze, right past the left hand. You're looking at the left fingertips. Open up, left hand back, right hand forward. Try to gaze back. If this is hard, you could always gaze down at the ground. This will literally ground you and help with your balance. But to challenge yourself a little more, keep gazing back one more inch. Trying to turn your neck, this twist starting from the top of your neck all the way down your spine. And slowly bring your hands back down to the mat to frame your foot. Tuck your back toe, and we'll meet back in downward facing dog. Good job. Breathe right here. And then from here, lower down on your knees, find child's pose. Notice how this child's pose feels a little bit different than the first one, this sense of relief, and just let all your thoughts dump out through your third eye center. Let your mat take them on now. Let them go. Give them up. And breathe. And slowly rise back up to tabletop position. Another round of cat-cow. Inhale, gaze up, cow. Exhale, round it, cat. Tuck your toes, down, dog. Gazing at your knees. Tailbone lifts up towards the ceiling. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, plant it through. This time, spin your back heel down. And you're going to come up into side angle. So you can use your right elbow as a support on your knee. Left hand comes all the way up and over. One long line of energy from your left ankle all the way up through your left hand. And try to gaze up past those left fingertips. Inhale, reverse triangle. So front leg straightens, right hand all the way up. Side body stretch once again. Feel this extension, this power, and this standing pose. Feet are pulling in towards each other, creating this stable foundation. And now coming into triangle pose, extend all the way out to the right. And then right hand comes down to your shin, a block, your foot. And then left hand all the way up, gaze up. And now bend your front knee, plant your hands, come back into downward facing dog, nice and simple. Could always take tabletop or child's pose during these down dogs. This is your practice. You can modify however you like. Inhale, left leg up, plant it through, coming into the other side. So lower that back heel down, rise up into side angle. Beautiful. Gazing up past your right hand. Seeing the fingertips, seeing the ceiling or sky above you. And keeping your gaze steady. Inhale, reverse triangle, straighten the front leg. Left hand all the way up. Steady, unmoving, gazing, nowhere else to be, nothing else to do. Just breathe and find your triangle pose, hinge forward. Left hand down, right arm up. Engaging your fingertips. What are your toes, your pelvic floor, your abs doing? Whole body is engaged, alive. Gaze down, bend your front knee, and we'll find our way back into downward facing dog. Move that dog around, stretch out your ankles, and then come down into tabletop position. Gaze up, you guessed it, cow and cat. And from here, you're going to bring the left foot out to the side, left hand plants down, right arm up. So this is a modified side plank. One line of energy from your left hand, left knee, and right foot. That right foot, all of the foot is planted down on the mat. Gaze up, find steadiness. And then arm reaches overhead just like we did in our side angle. Big side body stretch right here. All the way along the entire right side of the body. Yep, roll your hand all the way back down, smooth and graceful. We're just going to switch sides. Yep, so right foot pops out, left foot plants down, and then left arm up, one line of energy. Gazing up. Eyes are locked on your hand, your fingertips, your drishti, your gaze, looping energy back into the body by gazing at these single body parts. Fingers, toes, sometimes it's the tip of the nose. Extend your arm overhead, feel that side body stretch, expanding your lung capacity, your ability to breathe and let in life. Roll the arm back and around all the way down. Meet back in tabletop, cat, cow, you guessed it. These are my favorite. And then tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, plant it through. Lower the back heel down again. And this time we're going to cartwheel our hands up into warrior two. So sinking down deeply in the right leg. Your right heel should be in line with the arch of your back foot. And your back leg is still super engaged, pulling in, feet pulling in towards each other. Arms are extended. What is your back arm doing? Engage both of your arms, your fingertips. Nothing's jelly here. Inhale, reverse, right hand up, left hand on your back thigh for support. And once again, gaze up past your right fingers. Coming into extended triangle, just straighten your front leg and you can pull your arm back a little further. Take triangle pose once again, a little bit of repetition. Notice how this one feels different than the first one. Steady your gaze on your left fingertips. Breathe. Half bind. This is just an option. To the top of your hand is on your low back. And if you're a little flexible, you could always reach around for that thigh, just an option. And feel this feeling of openness in the chest, really opening the front of your shoulder. Keep gazing up. Slowly rise. Find your reverse triangle again. And then lower it all the way down to the mat. Find your downward facing dog. Good job. Inhale, left leg up, you guessed it. Exhale, plant through, lower your back heel down, cartwheel up, find warrior two. Sink deep. Try to see how deep you can sink in your front knee, eventually coming to a 90-degree angle. Yep, pulling your back arm back so that your heart is right over your pelvis. Feet tracking into each other. Gaze is on that left middle fingernail. Inhale, reverse, left hand up, right hand back for support. Side body stretch. Straighten your front leg. We went from reverse warrior to reverse triangle right now with straight legs. And then once again, coming into triangle. Left arm down, right hand up, gazing at the fingertips. Legs are still engaged, pulling towards each other. Core is engaged. Feel the stretch in your lower back. Take the half bind, if that worked for you, on the other side. Just a nice gentle motion, top of the hand at lower back. Maybe you can even turn your heart up towards the ceiling, the sky, a little bit more. And then slowly come up, reverse triangle once more. Beautiful. And flow it out, hands down. We'll all meet back in downward facing dog. Breathe a little deeper. Let go a little more. Tap into your breath, tap into your life. Just be, just breathe. And from here, walk your hands and feet to the center of the mat for a forward fold. And then roll up, all the way up. Head is last thing to come up to standing. I'm going to turn here just to demonstrate, but you can stay facing forward, hands at heart center. Gaze up, hands come up. And all the way out, you're going to cactus the arms, knees bend. Feel this arch in your spine, and we'll take a couple more of those. Inhale up, exhale, arch, open, shoulders back as far as they can go. A little bend in the knees to protect the low back. Let's take one more. Hands back up. Little tiny back bend, and exhale, bow all the way forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant the hands at the top and lower yourself all the way down into child's pose. Perhaps you try this one with knees together. See what that feels like. Keep breathing into your back body. Keep releasing, letting go with each exhale. This is your time to let go. This is your time to heal. Once again, walk your hands off to the right. Excuse, it's a little off camera. That's okay. This time you can get a little deeper stretch by bringing your left hand on top of your right hand. You can kind of grab through your fingers. Left palm on the top of your right hand. And then keep breathing into that left side body. Switch whenever you're ready. Yep, right hand coming on top of left hand now, if that works for you. And then keep sitting back into your right hip, feeling that deeper side body stretch this time. Come back through center. Find child's pose. Head drops down. Relax the shoulders. Relax your neck. Feel your heart melting towards the mat. And you can even try for child's pose grabbing your heels or just with your hands behind you, tops of your hands on the mat resting. Getting a little rest for your arms here from all those down dogs, tabletops. And then slowly on your shins, inhale, gaze up. Exhale, round. Couple more of these cat-cow-like motions sitting down this time. Can pretty much take those cat-cows in almost any pose. A lot of poses. You could do them in down dog, just standing up. Bring your knees into your chest. Lay still. And we'll come into our closing section right here. Hands overhead. Drop your knees over to the left, gaze to the right. If you want, you can cactus your arms, so goalpost them if that feels like a bit much for them overhead. Kind of continuing to open our chest, shoulders, everything's connected up there. So we're really opening the heart space, our respiratory system. It's all connected. And then when you're ready, let your knees drop to the right, gaze to the left. You could always use a hand. And if this hand position is not working for you, do something else. It's the beauty of home practice and yoga in general. You can always stray from the path a little bit. I'm your teacher, but your body is your guide. The answers are within you, and you know what you need today in this practice. Coming back through center, find happy baby. Reach for, I like to reach for my toes, my big toes with my first and second finger. But you can also just take traditional and reach for the outside of your feet. Rock it out right to left. Let that little tiny happy baby smile come onto your face. Not taking life or this practice too seriously. And release, just roll out your ankles, toes, move your fingers, ankles, wrists, toes around, everything. Get the little tiny nooks and crannies. And then give yourself a nice big hug, feet stay up. Feel this inversion, this rush of blood from your legs moving towards your heart, and then switch sides with your arms, giving yourself a hug. Once again, a real hug. Yeah. Knees back into your chest. Take a deep breath in, squeeze everything in, and then exhale. Find your final Shavasana, corpse pose, final resting pose. Let go of every part of the body. Nothing is squeezing, no tension in your face, allowing your eyebrows to relax, your facial expression to soften. As you melt into the mat. And you'll have another full minute right here. So just be and just breathe. Namaste.